Last June 25, 2021, the National Defense of the United States of America, or the Pentagon, released a report regarding with the Unidentified Aerial Phenomena, or also known as Unidentified Flying Object footages that have been scattered all around the internet since May 28, 2020, last year. I know it's July 3, and I'm so late with this news because I'm so busy with my modules. And last Wednesday, I just remembered that the Pentagon will release its report on June 25th. It's June 30! I'm so late! So I quickly searched it on the internet to find their final report, and gladly they make it public to the people. Then I downloaded it and printed it last Wednesday so I can read and study it. And also I took a picture of myself while holding it and post it on my story. I've been already done reading this report and I will just give you the main details of this paper. And if you don't understand the terms or words that have been used in this video, there's a glossary in the description below. After I read this report, it's kinda upset because it doesn't include any pictures of a UFO or UAP and even aliens on any pages. It's just text. Like, why? Are you hiding something to us? Or you're still believing that, oh, humanity is not ready for this? Are you kidding? Is it a prank? If yes, ha ha ha, you got me. I get pranked by the government. Please channel to my subscribe. And if we hit 1 million subscribers, we will leak a picture of BTS handshaking the aliens. Moving on, the first sentence stated that the limited amount of high-quality reporting on Unidentified Aerial Phenomena, or UAP, hampers our ability to draw firm conclusions about the nature or intent of UAP. The data collected on these sightings are pretty inconsistent since there wasn't a standardized reporting system until just a couple of years ago. However, there's the one UAP they were able to solve with high confidence. High confidence. And it was a large deflating balloon. Well, thanks about that. Very appreciated. The report says on page 5 that if these UAP incidents are solved, there are 5 likely explanations. First on the list is the airborne clutter. These objects includes birds. I don't know how birds look like this. Maybe it was the big red bird in Angry Birds. Balloons! Maybe someone recreates the movie Up and successfully made it to the stratosphere. Recreational unmanned aerial vehicles, or UAV. Maybe it was just Mr. Beast making a challenge to whoever go to the space first using Legos win $1 million. And lastly, the airborne debris like plastic bags that model a scene and affect an operator's ability to identify true targets, such as enemy aircraft. I'm not gonna explain that. Second on the list is the natural atmospheric phenomena that includes the ice crystals, moisture, and thermal fluctuations that may register in some infrared and radar systems. Again, infrared and radar systems, not by the naked eye. However, if cell phone cameras are included, there are many footages and photos of natural atmospheric phenomena that looks like UAPs or UFOs. Let's take an example of our nearby mountain range and dormant volcano, Mount Apo. Last December 22, 2020, a beautiful lenticular cloud above every peak of that mountain. Just look at this. Oh man, that is a wonderful phenomenon. But spoiler alert, that wasn't a spacecraft. It's just a cloud. Let's move on to the number 3, the USG or Industry Developmental Programs. Some UAP observations could be attributable to developments and classified programs by US entities. We were unable to confirm, however, that these systems accounted for any of the UAP reports we collected. Maybe there is a secret government program where they make supersonic planes that the military didn't know about that. Because it's secret, right? So they claim it an unidentified flying object because they didn't know what it is. Number 4. Foreign adversary systems. Some UAP may be technologies deployed by China, Russia, another nation, or a non-governmental entity. It's a very short detail, but there's a huge meaning about that. What they mean is that the other countries like China are practicing their brand new aircrafts around the US. Like why in the US? Why not in Gobi Desert? Or they're spying the US. And lastly, the number 5, the others. These are the additional analysis on the small number of cases where a UAP appeared to display unusual flight characteristics or signature management. And this is where the extraterrestrial spacecrafts from the other planets, systems, galaxies, local groups, and or even universe enters. The United States government looked at 144 reports between the years 2004 and 2021, and 80 of those reports had multiple sensors detect the object. And they don't know what they are! Still on page 5, in 18 incidents described in 21 reports, observers reported unusual UAP movement patterns on flight characteristics. And still they can't explain those flying objects because they appear to remain stationary in winds aloft, move against the wind, maneuver abruptly, or move at considerable speed without discernible means of propulsion. Or in a very simple words, those or they are more advanced than us humans. Or maybe breakthrough technology being used by the foreign or other country adversary or foreign contest with their advanced technology. However, in page 6, there currently lack data to indicate any UAP are part of foreign collection program or indicative of a major technological advancement by a potential adversary. It means they don't have enough evidence that it was Russia, China, or other countries with their new technology. Then who was it? Now I have a question for you. Do UFOs or UAPs really exist? The answer is yes, they exist. Then who drove those aircraft? In my opinion, there are 3 possible answers. Number 1, humans. Number 2, artificial intelligence, robots, or self-driving vehicles. And lastly, number 3, they are aliens or extraterrestrial beings. The last question, do aliens are real? The answer is yes, absolutely, they are real. It was not in the Pentagon report, but according to science, aliens do exist. In fact, there are 100 to 400 billion stars in our own Milky Way galaxy, and more than 10 raised to the power of 22 stars in our universe. However, we are thousands and thousands of light years away from them, so we can prove that aliens actually exist. But the 2 things that we know, that each of those stars may have planets that have liquid water and a livable atmosphere that can produce and sustain life. And some of them are very old and more advanced than us humans. They can create more advanced technologies such as spacecraft that can sail with very high speed into space. And maybe, one of them successfully landed or entered our atmosphere. Think again, and question your entire existence. And maybe one day, one of them will meet you someday. I'm so sorry we're so far on the topic, but now, I'm gonna rate the Pentagon report on UAPs a 3.4 out of 5 stars. Why? Because they didn't insert a photo on their report. Thank you for watching and see you to our next episode. Goodbye and sweet dreams.